I've been working on my song skills because one of my good friends... stop rattling can in my change-filled cup holder. One of my friends, Yon Rogers, went out there and did something cool, which is honestly not usually what he does. He usually does stuff that's not cool. But this time he did something cool, which is cool. And now it's time for a history lesson so you guys can know Yon Rogers as good as I know Yon Rogers. So just sit down and shut up, because it's honestly a really good biography that I put together for him. You're going to want to strap in, though, because it's a ride. Get it? It's a ride, because his car is always really crazy, and it's always like, oh, he went on a ride! Oh, it's funny. In order to really dive into the now, we have to take you back to the then. And I got to show you how this all happened, because it's a story. Right, guys? Answer! Oh, that's cleaner. That would have been bad. Ooh, they would have hated me. Yon Rogers was born 4'3", 618 pounds to a couple out of Poughkeepsie, New York. He lived in Poughkeepsie until he was 21 years old, where he decided, I'm getting out of here. And no, that's not a picture when he was 20-something years old. That's from when he was a child. But look at those beady little devil eyes. You never know what he's thinking of. At a young age, he decided that his number one go-to was salami. Loved salami, eating salami, chewing on salami. They called him the Salami King until he was 19. At which point he said, you know what? I don't want to be the Salami King. I want to be the Stickshift King. And at that time, he didn't even know what a clutch was. So it's pretty interesting that he knew that he wanted to be the Stickshift King. As you can see, he didn't trust anything with a computer. The dude literally blocked any signals from the government that he thought were coming in by wearing these cone hats on his ears. Everybody thought, man, that John is one wild cat. But the truth was, he was extremely disturbed. I mean, this kid had issues. So much so that his family decided to uproot him and move him to a boarding school in the middle of Quebec. They sent him all the way to Canada because they were terrified of what he was going to become. Instead of biting into their rules, he got out and decided, you know what? I still want to be a stick shift driver. But instead, they sent him to fat camp. And he decided while he was at fat camp, he was going to do the opposite of lose weight. And he just kept eating salami the entire time. And boom, look at that face. Look at that. Oh, man, he accomplished his goals. I'm going to gain 300 pounds. But it wasn't enough for him. He also wanted to make that cash. Look at that cash. Making all that kind of money, but still, he needed to lose weight. He had to get in shape, fight in shape for the stick shift races. But he wasn't number 5. No. He was number 1. But not with a face like that. So what did he do? He decided to keto up, carb down, jog it up, lose a whole bunch of weight, and totally lose all his curves. He went from BBW to what the French toast. Now he's all into Whitney Houston and setting records with a stick shift. I'd like to thank all of Yon's extended family and friends for submitting those stories for this biography that we put together on him. Without them, it wouldn't have been possible. It would have been just me making stuff up, which would not have been nearly as factual as that biography that I did that was 100% factual. Now on to the meat and the potatoes. Yon! His name is Yon! Yon! So, Yon has been stick shifting for a while now, and for a while it was in his 240, but with this lame 4-cylinder, and he got tired of blowing stuff up every other weekend, so he was like, well, let's blow stuff up every third weekend, and he put a 2JZ in it, which was the right move. Good job, dude. You did good. All right, all seriousness, which is rough for me because I hate being serious. John and David Varner, Yon Rogers, they own Import Drag Solutions. Import Drag Solutions has been a big part of my program for the last couple of years. And they are a couple stand-up dudes, and they've been busting their asses to get their cars lined out. I know David's had he's had some wheelie big problems lately. And John's had some wheelie big problems in the past as well. But they finally got John's car lined out, and he went to Street Car Takeover Bristol Not only did he win the stick shift class, but he set the new rear-wheel drive H-pattern stick shift record, which is nuts. It's crazy. You probably want to see it, so I'll play it for you. I went 8.9 at 158 one time in my RX-7, stick shifted, and I couldn't pull the parachute fast enough. I was so terrified of that thing. On the big end, it's scary for me. I'm not a very strong person emotionally. So I'm driving back from Michigan, and I see that my dude went 750s at 189, and I called him, and the first thing I said, I'm straight up.
And every time I drive down the road, I want to jerk the wheel into a goddamn bridge embankment.
Like, give us a chance! Anybody, man, stop! Every time he goes to the track, he goes a 10th or 2/10 or 3/10 or 4/10 or whatever comes after 4/10 faster! Stop, man! Please, dude. And then I find out that there's people in some stick shift group or I don't even know, I didn't even see the screenshots, but people are discrediting his run. Like, no, he didn't use the clutch for every shift and blah, blah. Shut up! Shut up! God, you losers! Shut up! If I was an eccentric billionaire, I would literally buy John's car from him and put it into the hands of anyone saying, it's not impressive, and I would bet $1 million that you couldn't do it. Shut up, go sit down. God, I'm sick of people. On one hand, you have this awesome accomplishment, which, dude, I don't care what anyone says, that is nuts, and it's only getting faster. On the other hand, you have people that just want to discredit it because they have nothing better to do but just roll around and eat ravioli in their basements and just cry themselves to sleep. Keep crying. He's going to hurt you a little bit more this year. Anyway, that's my piece. Yon Rogers is the stick shift king right now, and I'm just glad that I'm friends with him and he doesn't hate me because he can be mean too. And I'm excited to get my car out to go a full second slower than him at every iteration. That's going to be fun. I can't wait to just really feel good about myself. Anyway, bye.